Hello, this is a video series on introjects. I am making this series because a lot of people don't know what introjects are, and if you go into the spiritual circles and people tell you, oh, how can I get rid of demonic interference, how can I get other people out of my body, because demons are basically people, dead, not alive, but there are forces out there in general which affect you regardless of what they are. And in psychology, we refer to them as introjects. So spirituality, demon, psychology, introject, the same thing, different word. So first of all, what is an introject? An introject, as the word suggests, intro, meaning introduce, it comes in, ject, injection, ject, so something that infiltrates you. An introject. It's like, oh, I'm an introject, I will go inside you and then I will hijack you. That's an introject. How does it hijack you? Well, if somebody criticizes you all the time, if you grow up with a tyrant, if you grow up with a parent who tells you do this, not that, and you repeat this every day or every week, repeatedly, through intermittent reinforcement, the person gets inside your mind. So now, your mind, to protect you, will repeat their voice all the time, because you are anticipating that reality, meaning the outside world, meaning other people, will tell you, you need to do this, you need to do that, you are ugly, you are beautiful, you are dumb, you're smart. What are these voices telling us what we are? What are these voices telling you? You're a narcissist, you're selfish, or you're weak, you let everybody treat you like a doormat. Who are they? Introjects. Introject is something you need to be able to identify. You need to know, if I eat something and I feel guilty afterwards, am I telling myself that this food was bad? Or is somebody else telling me it was bad? In other words, am I being a perfectionist? Or is somebody else telling me to be perfect, and now they are a part of my mind? Like our parents get inside your body. Your mother tells you, eat your broccoli. And if you don't eat your broccoli, you don't get the good stuff. You get punished. So then you are an adult, and guess what? Even though you left your home and you're on your own now, your mother is still there. She's an introject now. She's still telling you, eat your broccoli. So you eat your broccoli, and you're saying, oh, it's because I want to eat broccoli that I eat broccoli. But perhaps it's your mother, and it's not really you. So you need to identify what you're doing right now. The job you have, the diet, the relationship you're in, your behavior. Is it your behavior, or is it somebody else? That's also what we call the inner critic. Okay? The inner critic is hijacked often by introjects. So somebody tells you, look, your video is chaotic, you need more structure, or your background is ugly. Now guess what? If you hear this a few times, consistently over a period, let's say a week, a month, your brain is going to repeat those voices even after they are gone. It's like a virus. It's like you get infected. Somebody tells you something, and now the idea is in your head. When you look at the movie Inception, ever watched it? Same thing. Literally, that's all it is about. The whole movie, everybody missed it. Everybody missed the fact that the whole movie of Inception was about introjects. Completely. Because guess what? They don't even mention the word introjects, and yet it's all about that. So what happens in Inception? The protagonist, Leonardo DiCaprio, he has a wife, and he goes into dreams with his wife. And he tells his wife to do something. And his wife, because they're so close and his wife cares so much about the idea, she follows the idea. And the idea takes over her life. It's like somebody tells you to do something, and now I feel I have to do it all the time. What happens in the end, his wife gets so depressed from having to do the thing over and over and over, because the introject now tells her, that she commits suicide. And she dies. And then Leonardo DiCaprio says, I implanted an idea inside of her head. I told her this once in a dream, and after I told her this once, she told herself this for the rest of her life, and that is why she got depressed and she committed suicide. That is what the movie is about. Later, towards the end, Leonardo DiCaprio goes into another person's dream, this rich guy of a company, and in this dream he plants the idea inside of his head, which looks like a bank, you know, when you go into the bank and the money is hidden there, in the stash. The stash is used as a metaphor of the brain. He goes inside his brain and he tells him, look, you need to take over the company. You need to take charge. What happens afterward? The guy wakes up, and now because he thinks it's his own idea, even though Leonardo DiCaprio put it there, he starts to believe that he has to take over the company, and his brain repeats it over and over and over again. Because Leonardo DiCaprio got into his unconscious, got so deep and so close in this dream, that now it's repeating the same thing over and over and over again, even though it's not the guy's idea, it's Leonardo's idea. So Leonardo infects the guy from the company, guy becomes the CEO, Leonardo wins. So you see, it's all about that. This is how it works in real life. Why did so many people like the movie? Because that's what's happening all the time. People aren't aware that's happening because they don't have a name for it, they don't study it. 90% of the people I talk to have never heard the term introject. What do you mean you have never heard it? It happens all the time. Every day somebody puts an introject inside your mind. Okay, so that's what an introject is. Now in the next video, I'm going to explain how you can get rid of an introject, so you don't commit suicide like Leonardo's wife. Okay, so watch the next video if you want to know about how to get rid of one, and see you then.